alpha traders. Said the daily close about 23 minutes ago. Bitcoin's data set opened up below the new daily range. The new daily range is within the weekly range. Kind of a tight daily range too. We might see some action here. First two 15-minute candles so far, in my opinion, look like they're going to make a run down to the bottom side of the 68.3. Laplace distribution range on the daily really quick. Let's see if these low time frames back that up. What do you say, 5-minute? Yeah, a little hidden bear. A little hidden bear. The entropy is definitely trending on the 5-minute to the downside. Yeah, it's 15 doing. Yeah, 15's weak too. You got contracting volatility, probably heading to zero on the 15, and it is significantly positively correlated. Same with entropy percentiles, you can see here, right? This is going to slam price action down. I mean, that's why we're getting this move. Is it 15? Yeah, entropy's starting to come out of randomness, that's for sure. I'll tell you, if it crosses this second standard error band, it'll definitely start trending. Let's see what happens. Correlation to the downside is building too. And everything you're seeing here is telling me, yep, that's exactly what's happening. Probably going to go down and test this range down here, 29,870. It'll probably be, by the time price gets there, 29,850-ish. But right now it's sitting on the first 4-hour candle of the day. That little skinny white line, that's the 4-hour 68.3 Laplace distribution range. Let's take a peek at our distribution chart here and see what's going on. Yeah, we got these bear wicks last couple weeks coming off these nice bull wicks. Finding support on the 95.4% Laplace distribution range coming from two different projection areas, the all-time high and the local high at 48K. There is a 68.3% probability Bitcoin's data set comes up and tests the downside of the 68.3 right here. Okay. And I've been calling bottom this whole time. It's all about the probabilities. Right now, there's a 95.4% chance that's the low. Right? For now. Could we get a couple more weeks at the top side and get another down move? Of course we could. But right now, the distribution, right? Coming off that 48K high, all these bearish candles, it ran right. Look where they're closing. Look where the candles are closing. There's a reason for that, people. Trading is nothing more than about probabilities. It's all about the math. People out there trying to use fancy shit, hey man, especially traditional TA, just good luck. If you found an edge where you can make some money, knock yourself out. I'm just here to tell you there's a better way. There is a better way. Much more exciting. You're definitely running with the algos when you're playing with alpha trading. That is for sure. Once you get this down, and when I say this, I'm talking, we got these indicators aren't the easiest thing to learn. You got to put in some time. We'll get you there. 15-minute bands are tied as well, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, this thing's going to take a little pop down. Does it go deeper than the 68.3? Right? Like right now, am I probably in a trade to the downside? Probably. For sure. 100% I am. I mean, hell, the 5 minutes trending. 5 minutes trending. I mean, it's not going to be a lot. And the thing is, I would obviously, if I was in the middle of an intraday trading session, I would already done some analysis coming into the day, right? I already know where my bias is. Where am I putting risk on? Where am I putting that risk on? It might not be to the downside. I might be in a trade right now, but I might be counter trend, scalping my bias. And that's when I take the risk off, right? When the volatility, the entropy, the returns, the distribution, when all these things are telling me to put risk on, I pile drive it home. Yes. So let's take a peek here. I want to go up here since we just got a new daily. This daily is definitely stuck under this reverse wave trend. I'm telling you, the higher time frame you go, these things are bears. Look at the daily. Look at the volatility bands. I'm telling you, we've got a pretty big move coming. All right. Since we had this dump up here, right, from that 48K high, all this volatility on the daily, it still hasn't been like this was a nice move, but I'm talking about a long trending move. And you got to realize too that when you're up here on these high time frames, I've got a super low setting on this, right? If you're up here on this macro, you need to throw this on a macro setting, right? And this is why everybody knows I used to use like 3 different ones. Now I just switch them up, right? When entropy came into play, it's a no-brainer. But when you throw it on that high setting, it's going to take all the chop out. Now's what you got going on is breaks and correlation. There's different ways to play this indicator, right? You got to learn how to use this thing. Sometimes it's not about you mess with the lengths. Use square roots. Trust me on that. Only use square roots. You'll see why. But yeah, we are slowly after that dump, right? Volatility is slowly contracting again on this very high length, right? This is set to a 2400. So I would be watching that high setting because if this goes down to about a 0, this is why I use 3 altogether. When you've got, say, the 636, the 981, the 2400 setting, and they are all sitting on 0 volatility, pack your freaking bags. This is the main reason why nothing's happened yet. This volatility on these higher lengths, it's just slowly contracting, right? Look back here when it fully contracted. This was a slow bleed, right? But not this. We never trended. You're waiting. You're waiting. I mean, in this week here, holy crap. Can you imagine risk on, the bias to the downside, the power of those short scalps? Very powerful. Good stuff. Did we get any new 2 days or 3 day candles? No, we didn't. There's a date today. No clue. Actually, yeah, we did just get this 2 day. Okay, we just got the new 2 day and whoop, whoop, whoop. Back up. There we go. And 3 day. Beautiful. So let's see here. Oh, and the actual date hadn't even changed. What I'm talking about. We just got a new 3 day. The 2 day will close today. My bad. We did just get a new 3 day though. And we are definitely right up against this 9 length log return moving average. What did he just say? Yeah, log return moving average. We don't care about exponential and simple moving averages and all the fancy stuff. We use a little bit of Jurek in some of our stuff, but yeah, it's all about log returns. We're going to drive that. We're going to drive that home. Alpha trading, we'll die on that hill. You know that. We're dying on that hill. On my deathbed, I'll be talking about volatility. So I'm leaving my body. I will make sure to give a full volatility report of what actually is happening. Cough it up, big dog. I know, buddy. Okay? Jesus, man. I don't know what's going on, guys. I hope it's getting better, but it's not like he's coughing constantly. But when it comes, you okay? He's just looking at me like, man, what's wrong with me? I'm like, oh, fuck. Let's see. Yep, sorry. Every time this happens, I get just thrown off track. On this weekly, I really like the flash going on the entropy, right? I really like it. The volatility is contracting, negatively correlated. And I'm looking at these fissures. Man, you've got the low length ones turned up. It's right at the mean right now. This is why this indicator is very powerful. You see this low length reject off that mean right there? Party's not started. Party is not started. You got to be careful. This is the only reason why I have macro time frames even on my chart, right? And when I'm way up here high, I only do this for what? For people to just try to get a little info from. But when it comes to my actual trading, I'm looking at these high time frames like at the beginning of the week. You okay, buddy? That's when I don't look at them anymore. I don't need to. They don't change that much. I'm working my way down, right? I'm buzzing down through these time frames. Say on Mondays, we get to new weekly. I'm looking at the weekly, 3-day, 2-day, daily, right? That's going to give me a little bit of a macro bias for the entire week. Then intraday, I'm going from the 4-hour, the 90, the 45, the 15. That's giving me a bias for that intraday trading of where I'm putting risk on. I guess this turned into an educational seminar about how to trade instead of the market. But anyway, it's all good. People need to know these things, man. People need to know these things. Let's see. Chart going crazy. And I like the weekly variance, right? Weekly variance coming down. We just had this little pop, this whole weekly move to the downside. We haven't had like a massive variance pop. Now variance, very low. At the same time, log return Z-score, very low. The returns oscillator has been heading up. Time is near. Keep telling people, be careful, you little swing traders. If you're trying to get wrecked, be careful. The volatility is going to be massive. Did I not talk about this at the beginning of the month? I did. Why? Because there's a tight monthly range. Excuse me, hiccuping. There's a tight monthly range, right? There's going to be a lot of volatility. And so far, this month, there has been. Bitcoin's all over the place, wrecking the shit out of people. Wrecking them. It's what it does. Please don't use leverage, right? You don't use leverage with volatile markets. Leverage is for non-volatile markets. You've been totally scammed by YouTube Jimmy. He's on-ramping you onto leveraged exchanges and getting paid to do it and telling you he's your friend. And hey, by the way, trade this traditional TA too. Throw a fib retrace on that, will you? I mean, guys, we're just going to keep plugging away, right? Slowly gaining traction, saving one trader at a time. That's what we do, and they trickle in all the time. You got to get beat up by these markets, right? You really got to get beat up by these markets, and then maybe your eyes will open. You can't tell somebody you're in a cult when they're in the cult. They'll never figure it out. The cult's got to beat the living shit out of you until you're like, holy crap, I think I'm in a cult. Maybe I should leave. We'll get it together. We'll get it together.
You gonna be around later? I gotta go take care of some stuff here.
Yeah, it's time anyway. We can get off here. Yep. Tomorrow.
All right.
Yeah.
See y'all.
Yeah, hit me up later.
All right.
Guys.
See everybody.
Talk to you. See you.